Equinox from Chevy just got a couple tweaks to its 5-passenger compactness. Nope, not quite a refresh, so no graphics. Sorry.
First and foremost, the nice peeps at Chevy decided to give Equinox buyers a bit more power. That's nice, but it's not much. 5 more horses.
Listen, I'll take whatever I can get in the horsepower department, right? This 1.5-liter turbocharged engine now gets 175 horsepower, still makes the same 203 pound-feet of torque. Am I really feeling that extra 5 horses? If I'm honest, it's negligible. No, I'd like it to have a little bit more pep. When I am trying to kind of get into the power, it takes a little bit of time for it to get up to speed. And don't forget that you're dealing with the weight of all-wheel drive if you have that system, which I do on here. But again, more is still more.
When it comes to the rest of the driving, truthfully, the suspension on the Equinox doesn't quite feel like a couch potato. It's actually a little bit on the firm side, but it's comfortable. And when you put it around turns, it behaves itself well.
Steering is fine. It's a little bit overly electronically assisted for me. There's a pretty significant dead spot on the center, but it's direct. It certainly points you where you want to go. I feel kind of the same way about the 6-speed automatic. It doesn't spend a ton of time hunting for gears, which is something that is really good when I don't have paddle shifters and I only have this sort of little knob on the side. There's not really a manual way to shift this transmission. Overall, it's adequate.
The brakes are new too, with Chevy going from a vacuum-boosted system to an electronically assisted braking setup they call e-Boost.
The brakes are an interesting thing. They feel solid. I definitely feel like it's going to brake confidently and quickly, but the feel of them is a little bit manufactured and artificial. That's sort of the electronically assisted part coming in. Listen, overall, you want them to stop you, and they totally stop you.
If you're keen on towing toys, then the Equinox can haul up to 3,500 pounds of goodies.
Gas mileage numbers are not hand-wringingly poor. In the front-wheel drive version, you will get 26 miles to the gallon in the city and 31 on the highway. Now, when you upgrade to the all-wheel drive version, you take 1 or 2 mpgs off of both of those numbers, and that's what you're gonna get. Overall impressions of driving the Equinox, not remarkable, but for a car at this price point, you just want to get where you're going and then get home again. The one thing I will say that Chevy does not do very well is the stop-start function is so inelegant. It literally just rattles the whole car, so just shut that off. It'll make your experience way better.
Other than that, there are some new paint colors. Hey, this feels like it would make a great segue
to this, the exterior. Okay. Couple things about this one. The front end is not super remarkable. There is a little bit more personality when it comes to the rear, but you know what, these days I'm not really sure if you took the badge off of a lot of SUVs in this category that people would really be able to tell what they are. This one's not super offensive to me, nor is it really remarkable, but let me know what you think. And you know what, that might not be a bad video, taking all the badges off and seeing if we can tell what they are. Subscribe to the KBB YouTube channel. Maybe we'll do one.
If you're looking in this category and wondering what else you have to choose from, there's the Honda CR-V, Mazda CX-50 and CX-5, the VW Tiguan, Kia Sportage, and Toyota RAV4. The Equinox leans a little bit on the larger side of these competitors when it comes to roominess. Whoa, guys, that's another segue.
Cargo space looks pretty generous, even though the Equinox does sort of land mid-pack in the segment. You get about 20 cubic feet behind the second row, nice hidden underfloor storage there, and about 63 cubic feet behind the first row. But word to the wise, if you need to put this up, don't do it a day after arm day, because, oh God, these are heavy. Oh, my shoulder. Oh. God.
But get into it and you'll feel the spaciousness in both the front and second row.
You could be pretty tall and still be comfortable driving this thing. But the seat cushion is good for me, very right-sized. However, that means to me that for someone bigger, it might be a little bit on the small side. When we come back into the back seat, this is going to really impress you. The legroom back here is more than generous. I mean, this is just tons of room. I could probably lay down under there. And if we're set up here, this is Mike Danger comfort. I mean, look at that. It's sort of an embarrassment of riches. Also, you get vents and charging ports back here, which is also nice.
A 7-inch touchscreen comes standard, but you can upgrade to this 8-inch version. I really like Chevy's MyLink system. It's quick and easy to use. But if you want to just use your phone, CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, as is Bluetooth connectivity with onboard Wi-Fi and 4G LTE optional.
Functionality in the cockpit, I think, is pretty good. Everything is placed where you would want it to be. It's quite intuitive. When it comes to the design of it, though, however, I've never really been a huge fan of this kind of shape. That's completely subjective. I do like that this screen is integrated into the dash. It's so rare that we see these like this these days. Mostly they're just like an iPad or something that's just tacked on. However, I think the angle at which it's put in here is a little dramatic, and sometimes it just feels like I have to kind of sit up to look at it and see it properly. I will say that I think they've done a great job, really nice textures and patterns here. I like the stitching on this RS. I think it adds a nice touch, and I think this is a really cool feature. This is the all-wheel drive button. You can engage it, or you can disengage it when you need it.
The Equinox also comes with Chevy Safety Assist. That includes stuff like automatic emergency braking and lane keeping assist with lane departure warnings. Hey y'all, Chevy's system is a smooth operator. The Equinox can be had in 4 trim levels, starting with the LS, which comes standard with 17-inch wheels, LED headlights, and active noise canceling. The LT gets you more standard features like a power adjustable driver's seat, body-colored mirror caps, and a larger driver's info screen. The sportier looking RS, again the one I'm driving, might be the sweet spot with front and rear parking alert, a power programmable liftgate, remote start, 19-inch wheels, gloss black details on the exterior, and LED tail lights. Still fairly reasonable, but with lots of good features. Though we would get the larger screen, which is optional, but standard on the Premier, which also gets you a hand-free foot gesture liftgate. You can get other packages on those different trims that add extras like upscale seats and a massive sunroof. Special edition midnight and red light trims add things like wheels, grills, interior accents, and badging. These are only design packages, and despite their flashy names, you won't get more power.
If you're looking for an Equinox or something with more power, something with fewer seats, something with more convertible, something with more seats, Kelley Blue Book can help you find a fair purchase price on anything. Click here for more info.
This is a terrible segue, but we need one, so here it is.
So more of a zhuzh than a refresh, but the Chevy Equinox gets more power, better brakes for all of its interior roominess, and great standard tech. If all that sounds interesting to you, it's in dealerships now.